All right, let's welcome in our team calling the game, Adam Giardino, Idona Thaki. A chance for both of these teams to start conference play with a win, you two. And if you're Georgetown, how do you keep pace with Villanova in this one?
Thank you very much, Carolyn. That's a heck of a question as we welcome you to our nation's capital. And this is the Big East opener for both of these schools. You have Villanova coming off of a top 25 win on Monday. But, yeah, that's the question for Georgetown. They play great at home. How do you get out of here with the win?
And here's the thing, two contrast style of plays, but the similar thing is that they both have multiple threats on the floor. But when you look at Villanova, they run this 5-out motion offense. They want to read and react and work you in the half-court set. If you're Georgetown, you have to communicate and make sure you're talking on every personnel.
Well, for Georgetown, they absolutely have an alpha dog out there. We've heard about Kelsey Ransom and the vacancy that she left year over year. And boy, has Victoria Rivera ever filled it in.
Victoria Rivera is leading the country in three-point percentage at 58%. A high-volume three-point shooter, a three-level scorer. She can get downhill. She's got a lethal mid-range jumper. And so many of her shots come in the flow of offense. She shoots in transition. She just knows exactly how to get to her spots.
And for the Villanova Wildcats, you talk about the upperclassmen in Victoria Rivera for Georgetown, but how about a sophomore in Jasmine Bosco who can just do it all and be that leader?
Ooh, Jasmine Bosco is the real deal. She is as advertised. Combo guard, can score in a multitude of ways. Three-level scorer with that mid-range shot, and she just plays with so much poise. Something I love about Jasmine Bosco is she knows how to put her teammates in a position to score. She's averaging over 3 assists per game, but she can create her own shot as well.
We're just about 10 minutes away from tip-off here in D.C. Carolyn, back to you. Off of a top 25 victory on Monday, Villanova with a solid 20 minutes to begin this one. A 7-point lead over Georgetown. The Georgetown Hoyas trail at halftime for the first time all season. We welcome you back to Washington, D.C. Alongside Idona Thaki, Adam Giardino with you. And Idona, this is a 7-point lead for Villanova. And who else? Jasmine Bosco has been the one leading the charge. Lead keeps growing. 14-point advantage on the road for Villanova. They're unblemished on the road, and this is a big reason why their lead is so big.
20 points so far for Miss Jasmine Bosco, just finding different ways to score, the continued movement, quick decision-making, and her teammates have been feeding off of her as well. She's just had a complete game in terms of the three-point shot, getting downhill, the mid-range, and just taking what the defense gives her right now, Adam.
Look at what she has done. We said shooters keep on shooting. How hard is that as a player to just know, yeah, I'm 0 for 5, but don't worry, I'm about to get 20?
It comes from your preparation, what you do in practice and the reps that you put in, and that's what Jasmine Bosco has. She knows the work that she puts in, so you find that confidence.
Great strength in the interior as Byers ignites the Hoyas at the offensive end.
Brianna Byers just does all of her damage inside the paint, and especially that 15-footer. She could get that shot off and stretch the defense. But, man, the physicality on that play right there. And Georgetown Hoyas, they want to crash the boards hard.
Byers, junior out of Paris, Kentucky. Father Juan played men's basketball at Norfolk State and Kentucky State. And her sister is a freshman forward at Michigan. Boy, are the Wolverines off to a great start this season. Who else? Bosco, but she leaves it short.
That's where you just need to adjust defensively. Jasmine Bosco has gotten way too many backdoor cuts already.
Rare miss of late for Bosco. Georgetown cut into this deficit. Scott swatted away by Allen. And it's Villanova basketball. The Premier League kicks off Saturday on USA when Aston Villa hosts Arsenal at 7:30 Eastern. Then on NBC and Peacock, it's Leeds and Liverpool at 12:30. It's all live this Saturday on USA, NBC, and Peacock. She's Idona Thaki, Adam Giardino with you for making us part of your Thursday evening as Big East play ramps up. The first conference game for both sides as Bosco gets right back to it.
Jasmine Bosco has that ball in a string. When she gets into that behind the back dribble, you know she's going up for the pull-up.
By the way, this is the 11th 20-point game for Bosco in her career. It's the second time she's gone consecutive games with 20 or more points. She did it the final game of last year's regular season and the quarterfinals of the Big East tournament. Jump shooter fouled, free throws for the Hoyas. When we return, Jasmine Bosco on a different level.
Jasmine Bosco with the mid-range jumper right now for the Wildcats. She is cooking. Villanova up 45-31.
Villanova still at 14 here in our nation's capital, Georgetown, looking to mount some sort of third quarter comeback. When we take a look at where the Big East stands right now, UConn is UConn heading into this week, and there are other teams that, depending on how the next weeks and months shake out, are going to be popping on and off this list of, okay, who else is going to be in contention for an NCAA tournament bid?
Well, you talked about UConn being the powerhouse. That's been a given. But when you look at the rest of the Big East Conference, there's a lot more parity and just, especially with roster turnovers, there's just such a different level of play this year when you look at the teams.
And if you're the Big East, as a structure, you hope a couple of teams take it and run with it and be that strong second, third team. The last thing you want is for the middle of the pack to kind of beat each other up, and then the selection committee has some tough decisions to make.
There's a lot of opportunity for these programs, especially that middle of the pack. And you look at the quad one wins and the non-conference schedules, what these teams can do. It'll be interesting to see come February, March.
And oh, by the way, Georgetown is number 36 in the net rankings. Their strength of schedule, their RPI aren't quite there. And so it's going to be a blend of all those different metrics and other things that the committee looks at. But a win for either of these teams here today is going to go a long way.
It will bode well.
Even though it is just game number one of conference play, we got a scrap on the floor and a timeout awarded to Villanova. Bryn McCurry's got an elbow wrapped, a leg wrapped, and McCurry fighting hard for the loose ball. Villanova possession when we return.